Hi everyone, and welcome to the first visual novel on the channel, Higurashi. Yes, I had to pick Higurashi first. It is infamous even outside of the visual novel circle. It has a certain reputation. And I remember watching the Higurashi no Naku Koro ni anime when I was younger, like in high school, middle school, somewhere around there, whenever it came out. It was just one season, and I'm not even sure if it went through all of the questions arcs. I don't really want to know. I don't remember much from that era. Just a few scenes that stuck out to me. They're pretty hard to forget. So, yeah, without further ado, I'm excited to go to Hinamizawa and explore all of the mysteries that it has to offer. Let's go to Hinamizawa. Onikakushi, Demoned Away chapter. Welcome to the world of Higurashi when they cry. The Onikakushi arc will be the opening, inviting you into this world. Sit back, relax, and enjoy life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. The difficulty is extremely high. I wonder what that means. I'm kind of scared. Please do not deplore yourself. Even if the world does not forgive you, I will forgive you. Please do not deplore yourself. Even if you do not forgive the world, I will forgive you. So please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me, Frederica Bernkastel? If I was going to be ripped apart anyways, having my body ripped apart would have been far better. I trusted her. No, I still trust her. Even in this very moment, I trust her. But I'm starting to realize I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. It was as if I was trying to convince myself in such a silly, sobbing voice. And those tears making a mess of my face. That mechanical, repetitious sound finally stilled, and everything fell silent. Only the cry of the cicadas remained, annoyingly loud. And yet, I felt as if I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. She's no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion because there were none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. Then why? This pain, my eyes getting moist. Why was this happening? I still wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently. My spirit had suffered enough. And countless times I'd wavered over whether I should just throw the battered thing away. Except, I've stubbornly refused to do that, haven't I? I'd feel better if I just threw it away. Even knowing that, I chose to believe, didn't I? Only I can understand that painful struggle and appreciate it. Hey, me. I've tried more than enough. I'll acknowledge that much. So, isn't it all right to just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind, with her, like flowers by a grave. Now then, calm your nerves. Even though you can't feel your right arm, just lift it up. And with every swing, forget a little more. That kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head. I loved how demure you were. Because this will be the last time. Because when I swing this down, I'll forget. This is my first and last bouquet for you. Perhaps I really did love you. What an intro. Oof. That seems very symbolic. Wow. I love that song. I love that style of music. And the visuals are very good. Somebody has been apologizing for a while now. I wonder what she's apologizing for. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since I'd last went to the city. I only returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I'd lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city to be overwhelming. Those skyscrapers and the multi-lane roads, the melodious cacophony of the side of the crosswalk. Even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. The place where I live now isn't nearly as lively. There's only the chirping of locusts and the babbling of brooks, and the cry of the Higurashi, the evening cicadas. Rather than making me feel lonely, that quietness had begun to instill a sense of serenity. There's nothing where I'm living now. I don't just mean there aren't any burger joints. There aren't even vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants, and no arcades. Kind of sounds like where I live now. I mean, we have some things, but it's basically just like 10 pizza places and 30 bars and not much else. An ice cream parlor? No chance. The nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's an hour away by bike. But come to think of it, it wasn't really a big deal. There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlors where I used to live, but it wasn't like I ever hung out at any of them. I lived in the city for 10 years and never once been to an ice cream parlor. Never once? Has this person never had ice cream before? Like, what? What's going on? I have questions. I should have gone at least once. I mean, no wonder they call this the questions arc. I'm already wondering why this person has never had ice cream. Like, I mean, I guess he could have had ice cream, but... It's only now that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody is still apologizing. Who is she apologizing to? She's apologized so much, so just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone should ever need to apologize so much. I started to feel a bit annoyed at whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there's nothing that can't be forgiven. There's no such thing as an irreparable mistake. You just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologizing, even now. Then, has she really done something that can't be fixed? I have no idea what she's done, but if it can't be fixed, then that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologizes, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologizing in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey you, the one she's apologizing to. Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologizing in such a pathetic voice.
Keiichi, そろそろ着くぞ。起きなさい。
I was finally roused from my nap by my father's prodding. It seemed the train had reached its final stop. We'd spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It was hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window and the city I was in half a day ago were in the same country. No, that they were even in the same era. From there, we'd take a car deeper into the mountains. Wow. Past where the dense forest encroaching on the mountain road suddenly opened up. There, where I live now, Hinamizawa. The vibes? Immaculate. Even though we were approaching summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. Although, in exchange, you could fill your lungs up with crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighboring house was far away on the other side. So I was probably the only one enjoying that view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamizawa, I learned that even air had its own taste. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. This is a nice, jaunty tune. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably up working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. It's such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about that. It was just because it looked easy. I'd never tell him that, though. No, I'd keep that one to myself, too. Mom laid breakfast out on the table. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg, and grilled salmon. My mom was such a good cook, it was scary. A perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule, my mom never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. It seemed like she was in a good mood today.
こっちに引っ越してきてからケイイチが早起きになって嬉しい。
早起きしないと朝飯を食いそびれるんだよ。
I thought I was being cute, responding with a wisecrack after being praised for being good.
ご飯はいっぱい？それとも半分くらいでいい？
Oh.
山盛り。
First, I savored the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. After that, I covered it with the egg. Between bites of rice, I enjoyed the crunch of the pickles. Not bad at all. Excellent as usual. Watching me clean my plate, Mom gave me a warm smile.
こっちに引っ越してきてからケイイチが朝食を欠かさないんで嬉しいわね。
I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Boycotting the breakfast Mom made me each morning, that was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend cram school. I guess that was what you'd call my rebellious phase. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up early every day to make. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Mindful of the time, Mom rushed me along with a wide grin.
そろそろレナちゃんと待ち合わせの時間じゃない？急いで急いで。
Mom really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Rena is one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meet me every day without fail. The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl was just lame. But well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does Rena wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I raced for the door.
レナちゃんにお漬物ありがとうって伝えてね。
Come to think of it, those pickles weren't store-bought, were they? If I'd known that, I would have savored them a bit more.
はいよ。
What a cute voice. Oh, she's so cute. I love her orange hair. She's adorable. I want to know too, everyone has their favorite. I know Rena is pretty popular, but who is your favorite character or your favorite girl? I'd love to know, so let me know in the comments. It'll probably take me a bit to get to know everyone. Maybe we should do like a tier list after every chapter. That could be fun. Her cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself.
相変わらず早いな。たまにはのんびり朝寝坊したっていいんだぜ。
お寝坊したらケイチ君を待たせちゃうじゃない。
She's so conscientious and such a good person.
そん時は置いてく。
ケイチ君冷たい。いつも待っててあげてるのに。
Oh, she's adorable.
サクサク置いてく。キリキリ置いてく。
どうして冷たいんだろう。
Rena had a slightly troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed.
嘘。ちゃんと待ってるよ。
With those words, Rena seemed to relax. Her face flushed bright red. Oh my gosh. Her introduction is much cuter than I remember.
ありがとう。
レナが来るまでずーっと待ってる。いつまでも。
ずっと。
Rena turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. She's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease. I think she has a crush on him.
レナはロマンスものの文庫本は読んだことあるか？
ないよ。読んだことない。
From that response, I gathered she was interested in them, but was too embarrassed to actually buy one. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out.
そうそう。お袋から伝言。漬物サンキューでしたって。
どういたしまして。どうだった？しょっぱくなかったかな？
They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavor to them. It would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright.
その前に聞きたい。あの漬物を漬けたのはレナか？レナのお母さんか？
しょっぱかった？
Her attitude completely changed as she began to panic frantically.
レナか？レナのお母さんか？
なんで作った人聞くんだろう？太郎。
どっちが作ったかで感想が著しく変わる。
She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she'd used to pickle them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me. Rena nervously opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to muster a response.
レナだけど。
うまかった。前回に続きなかなかだったぜ。飯との相性は最高だった。
Her face went bright red again. She was completely spacing out. It truly was a lot of fun to tease her. I pray that Rena never gets taken advantage of by some lowlife. Keep at it, Rena. I'll train you until you handle it like the average person. Or so I decided for myself.
行こうぜ。ミオンを待たせるとあいつうるさいぞ。
Seeing as she just keeps spacing out otherwise, I called Rena back to reality so we could make our way to school. This strange, easily flustered girl is Rena Ryugu. I've only known her for about a month, but I've come to realize it's not just her name that's strange. Coming up to the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us. Noticing us, she waved.
お、来た来た。遅いよ二人とも。
She's got an interesting outfit. I guess it's a school uniform too? I don't know if I love the, vest.
いつも遅いのはお前の方だろう。
In sharp contrast to the diligent Rena, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. She's Mion Sonozaki. For what it's worth, she's our senior and head of the class.
おはようレナ。そしてケイちゃんお久しぶり。何年ぶりだっけ
？2日しか休んでねえよ。
そうだっけか？前に会った時はあんなに可愛かったのにな。
Mion's gaze started at my chest and then dropped straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. Whoa, whoa, whoa! So she was saying it was my crotch that was cuter back then? What? Before you ask, just to be clear, I've never actually tried to show it to her.
そうだよ、立派になったぞ。驚くぞ。
This is such a weird vibe.
たくましくなっちゃった上にヒゲまで生やしちゃってさ。
毎朝元気全開で大変なんだ。
What?
今度見せてやるから挨拶してみろ。
今度なんて言わないで今がいいな。朝の新鮮な空気を吸わせてあげたら。
Rena, stop them! I don't think I've ever heard talk so dirty you could smell it fouling up the air, the morning air before you. Oh my god, I'm even flustered. I'm like, this is not the vibe I expected. I've just met Mion, and she's already stressing me out. Mion sure does act like an old man sometimes.
よし、わかった。大公開だ。後悔するなよ。
As my hand reached for my fly, Rena began to ramble in a near panic.
ねえねえ、何の話？何の話だろう？何の話だろう？
Red-faced and flustered, Rena tried to play dumb, but it was obvious she knew exactly what we were talking about. This poor girl can't catch a break.
どうだった？久しぶりの都会はさ。
Mion switched gears, dropping the dirty talk and changing the topic to something more befitting the pleasant morning.
葬式で言っただけだぜ。慌ただしいだけだったよ。
でさ、探しといてくれた？頼んどいたやつ。
お前、人の話聞いてないだろ。 俺は葬式で帰っただけだぜ。おもちゃ屋巡りをしてる余裕なんかなかったんだよ。
ちおもちゃ屋とホビーショップは全然違うよ。特に洋物、こっちじゃなかなか手に入らないからね。
みーちゃんまたゲームの話？
Mion nodded proudly as Rena giggled.
そう、ケイちゃんに洋芸のカタログを持ってきてもらいたかったんだけどね。
Westport was short for Western Imported Games. Oh, I guess I never really thought about it in the inverse. I mean, living in the West myself, I've always loved Japanese role-playing games. So I know more about imported Japanese games to the West rather than the other way around. It's interesting to think about. Using that abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky.
そんなのまた通販で取り寄せりゃいいじゃねえか。
ま、そうするかな。またプレイングの熱いゲームを入荷するからね。
今度は私にも分かりやすいゲームがいいな。
I get the impression that Mion would play like Grand Theft Auto. Although it's the 80s, so I'm not even sure what games they're talking about. Mion is a board and card game enthusiast, and I hear she's collected quite a lot of different ones. Oh. Right. My brain went to video games. My apologies. According to Rena, Mion's room has kind of become a museum for domestic and foreign games.
俺にも分かりそうなゲームがあったらやらせてくれよ。
いいよ。ケイちゃんさえ良ければね。でもうちらのレベルは高いよ。
上等じゃねえか。俺だって遊び100番遅れを取るつもりはないぜ。
じゃあ今度はケイチくんも仲間に加わるのかな
Bristling with joy from head to toe, Rena looked back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave her an affirmative wink and her expression perked up even further.
男の子ってきっと外で遊ぶ方が好きだと思ってたからダメかと思ってたよ。
Rena laughed happily. From such a friendly conversation, you wouldn't think I had moved here less than a month ago. I understood that they did all they could to make a transfer student like me feel at home. I'll have to try harder to fit in, so they won't feel like they have to try to make me feel welcome. I felt like if I acted a bit more open than I usually am, it should probably be about right for this place. Hinamizawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one class. That class encompasses all different grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they all study in the same class. I'm told that long ago, there used to be a bigger school building, and they had actual separate classes. However, it seems something happened that made it become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that that was a bad thing. I can't even imagine what that would be like, especially for the teacher, that must be pretty challenging. Mion, who had been walking in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take the lead. Right in front of the classroom door. So I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Too bad. I wasn't going to fall for that again.
ここで先頭を譲るとはな。お手並み拝見ってことかよ。
Mion chuckled with a haughty smirk on her face.
どうしたの二人とも。
下がってろレナ。危ないぞ。やつだ。
じゃあ、さとこちゃんが
Her name was Satoko Hojo. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. Wow, what a first impression. Okay. The way she talks was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over just that. The real problem was this.
見え見えの罠だな。引き戸の上に挟んだ黒板消し。
Oh, okay. So what, is she the prankster? I mean, I don't know. Seemed like Mion was in on it too.
家にいたぜサトコ
A haughty laugh came from beyond the door.
お見事ケイちゃん。こりゃ今回は勝負あったかな。
いや相手はサトコだこれだけとは思えない
After falling for such intricate traps since the day I transferred, I no longer let my guard down. This poor guy has been bullied, but instead of being the outcast transfer student, he was kind of like welcomed in. I don't know, maybe it's like lovingly bullying your friends vibes. Satoko liked to combine a variety of traps. Traps that were simply there to bait you into the main one. Traps that relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic Rube Goldberg machine. The list goes on. I don't understand the reference. As well as being clever, they almost never misfire. When you least expect it, she strikes. No escape. No time to relax.
見たところ黒板消しは普通石とかは入れてないみたいだな
Oh my god, rocks. I took a pretty heavy hit from the blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day. Whoa, were they trying to kill him?
じゃあさガラガラって開けて落としちゃえばいいんじゃないかな。
それだ
That's what Satoko was after, making me focus my attention upward. So as I lifted my hand to the door, there were thumbtacks stuck to the sliding door handle with tape. A frightening trap. Oh my god, wait, this is actually like not okay. A potent and terrifying trap, concealed by using the blackboard eraser.
見事なコンボだサトコ
What a scary child. Isn't someone gonna tell the teacher?
だが所詮はガキの浅知恵だったな
Why are we playing along? Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. Uh-oh. I felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of a jump rope catching on my leg. By the time I realized she had me, hook, line, and sinker, it was already too late. I began to fall in an almost picturesque manner.
ケイちゃん避けて
Instinctively reacting to Mion's shrill warning, I twisted my body in midair before I landed on the floor.
いっててて
An ink stone filled to the brim was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered, imagining the situation had I landed square on it. Oh my
あ
god.
らこれは。
This is the culprit. Oh my god. Like those traps, whatever you want to call them, that's like a phone call to law enforcement.
おはようございますケイチさん。朝から賑やかですわね。
Still sprawled in an awkward position, I was greeted by a mocking voice.
一段とスペシャルなトラップワークになったじゃないかサトコ
私何のことかわかりませんもの。
That shit-eating grin.
朝からついてませんわね。
てめえあいててててて
It seemed I'd inadvertently sprained my back a little when I'd landed. Better than landing on the inkstone. A small hand gently rubbed my head.
ケイチの痛いの飛んでいけです。
Aw, cute. The small, dainty hand continued to gently stroke my head.
腰とかはくじかなかったですか？こうして撫でていれば痛いのは消えてきますです。
I thought about asking how rubbing my head would help my back, but I didn't. It's not so much about what you actually do, it's the thought that counts.
ありがとなリカちゃんのおかげで痛みが引いてきたぜ
リカちゃん、おはよう。レナにおはようございます。みんなにもおはようございますです。
Rika-chan greeted each of us with an adorable little bow. It was infectious. Rena, Mion, and I all bowed back. Aw.
リカちゃんはいい子だよなそれに比べてサトコ
I glared over in her direction. Satoko was whistling while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact.
さとこはいい子でございますのことよ。
いい子はこんな凶悪な罠は仕掛けないぞ。
She's like the devil child.
言いがかりでございますわ。何の証拠があって。
I picked up Satoko by the back of her collar. She looks like a misbehaved cat when I do this. But a cat wouldn't be setting traps. She's much harder to deal with.
ごめんなさいって言ってみな。言わないなら。
I cocked my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it closer to Satoko's forehead.
暴力反対ですの。証拠もないのに。
I mean, I don't believe that she's against violence. It's just violence on her terms is okay.
言っとくが俺のデコピンはすごく痛い。ベニヤくらいなら割る。
Oh my god.
やめて、寄らないでけだもの。
人様が聞いたら誤解するような言い方をするんじゃねえ。
A small hand tugged on the back of my shirt.
圭一が2日間もお休みしたから寂しかったのです。
Rika-chan really is just so... How could I do anything more after being told that? I gently released my grip on Satoko, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped shut as she braced herself for the forehead flick. Why is she crying? She literally caused this?
悔しくなんかないもん。泣いちゃダメです、さとこ。ファイト、おーです。
Rika gently petted the head of her prankster friend. You would never guess those two are the same age. I think Satoko could learn a thing or a million from Rika-chan.
今度はもっとすごい罠を仕掛けなさいですよ。
Oh my god, don't encourage her! Wait a minute. As she observed the scene, Rena's expression grew ecstatic as she began to swoon.
さとこちゃん泣いている。
Yeah, what a sight for sore eyes. Just kidding.
持ち帰っちゃダメだからね。
だってこんなに可愛いよ。
どんなに可愛くてもダメなの。
でもちょっとくらいならダメかな。
Rena kept a cutesy face even as outrageous ideas spewed from her mouth. According to Mion, Rena is ridiculously weak to cute things and always tries to take them home. Object or person.
物もまずいが誘拐はもっとまずいぞ。
This is insane behavior. Everyone here needs help.
諦めろ。
じゃあ見てるだけだよ。それならいいよね。よね。
Rena swooned over Satoko's crying form. If a girl ever goes missing in Hinamizawa, I'll be forced to turn Rena into the authorities. Forgive me, Rena. I'll be sure to bring you care packages when they put you away.
先生来たよ。
Is that foreshadowing? I can't tell.
早く片付ける。さとこ、すずりあんたのでしょ。
Just from Mion's single statement, the entire mood of the room shifted back to normal. The inkstone was bad, but the thumbtacks stuck in the door handle were an even bigger problem. I pulled the tape off carefully, making sure not to skewer myself. Even though Satoko was the one who set it up, everyone had to pick up after her. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bedlam from before had been neatly tidied up.
間に合ったね。起立。気をつけ。
Mion gave out the morning commands. I remember doing that in Japanese class. It's difficult being the teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one, but naturally she ends up spending all her time with the younger kids. Rena and Mion, being in the highest grade in the class, end up mostly doing self-study. They even end up helping teach the younger kids, so it seems like they can never get to their own studies. They're actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. As a result, I'm pretty much taking over for the teacher and helping Rena and Mion with their studies.
ケイチ君はお勉強教えるのうまいね。 わかりやすいよ。
Rena took a breather after finishing highlighting an important section.
教える端から自信がなくなるよ。自分の理解の浅さがわかるな。
人に教えるには3倍理解してなければならないって言うしね。ケイちゃんもうちらに教えながら同時に復習もできてるわけなんだよ。
In contrast, this person over here is quite laissez-faire about these things. For one, isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me?
ミオンさ、一言じゃないぞ。
Jesus, Mion, you better catch up, girl.
真剣にやんないとまずいぜ。こんなレベルじゃ。
別に進学校を目指すわけでもないし、受験に必要なそこそこができてりゃ十分十分。
Her staunch defiance was really something else. This was a different type of relax than somebody who already knew what was going to be on the entrance exams.
みーちゃん、ケイチくんが頑張って教えてくれるんだからさ、私たちも頑張ろうよ。
レナは素直ないい子だな。先生がきっといい学校に進学させてやるからな。
ありがとう。
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, when they graduate from here, do people move out of Hinamizawa to continue their education?
レナには特に教えてやるからな。二人きりでプライベートレッスンだぞ。
プライベートレッスン。
A puff of smoke shaped like a halo popped out of Rena's head. Exactly what kind of private lesson is she fantasizing about that's making her turn so red? I'd like to hear the play-by-play of that next time. While Mion was flipping through her vocabulary flashcards, she threw out a casual question.
都会じゃさ、こんなに勉強しなきゃいけないわけ？
この程度はできないと進学できないね。
進学できないから勉強するわけ？
まあ、平たく言えばそうなるな。将来役に立たないのは承知で。
こっちじゃさ、出席日数が足りてりゃみんな進学できるんだよ。
Wait, what university? Surely not in Hinamizawa.
そうなのか？
Study equals entrance exams. Having that basic law of the universe so easily overturned sent me into a state of shock.
そうかもね。試験で振り落とさなきゃならないほど人もいないし。誰でも進学できるならさ、そんなにガリガリとやることもないんじゃない？
Yeah, but then when you get to university, you'll be so behind.
まあそうだけど、でも一般常識程度にはできた方が。
おじさんはそんな無駄な勉強に時間をかけるよりさ、この思春期の貴重な時間をもっと有意義に過ごすために使うべきじゃないかなって考えるわけよ。
It was too profound of a statement to simply laugh off. But since it was Mion, it probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning. Wow, we think she's shallow, apparently. In place of a chime, the sound of the principal waving a handbell drifted through the class.
ケイちゃん、おしまいおしまい。さあ、楽しいランチタイム。
I kind of do like her carefree attitude, though. In a complete 180 from her unmotivated state, Mion gave the command that signaled the end of the morning period.
ケイチくん、お昼にしよう。
I might have been making a very troubled face. Rena smiled brightly at
よっ
me.
しゃ、飯にするか。
There seemed to be different cliques, even within the class. Most of them were divided up by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were different, and we had both boys and girls. But we weren't reserved around each other. This level of openness makes a transfer student like me pretty happy. Rena and Mion pushed their desks together so that they were facing each other. At the same time, Satoko and Rika-chan were slowly lugging their desks over as well.
ケイチくん、早く早く。
Rena waved her chopsticks in an unrefined manner, trying to hurry me along. Unless everyone was together, they wouldn't even open their lunchboxes.
ケイチさんのお弁当はきっと貧乏くさくパンの耳に決まってますわ。
Destitute plebeian is crazy.
そう、恥ずかしがらず読みせなさいな。ほらほら。
Even though Satoko was hurling insults at me, she still wouldn't open the lid to her lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join the circle.
おう、お待たせ。
ではミー委員長の号令でいただきますです。
At first, this was kind of embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. At this point, I probably wouldn't even open my own lunchbox if someone else was too slow. Our ages and genders may have all been different, but we were all friends.
いただきます。
The sound of our little 5-part chorus echoed beautifully throughout the classroom. Aww, look at them. Everyone's so happy. Wait, can I look at this without the... Oh, yeah. Aww. I will say, even though Satoko is on my shit list, she has a really cute character design. I like her little fang and her headband. And I don't know, all these characters feel pretty unique so far, which is really good. Really though, I've gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Of course, there are other boys in the class, but they were a lot younger, so they were scared to approach me. Well, that's to be expected. Younger boys just see older boys as scary. Compare that to girls, well, at least these girls aren't picky. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everybody was free to pick at them. I thought girls would mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mion noticed that and teased me quite a bit. As the fruit of my efforts, I can now reach over and take sides from anybody's lunch.
あらあら、ケイイチさんのお弁当は今日は大奮発ではございませんこと。
あらあら、さとこさんのお弁当こそ大奮発ですこと。煮物がシックでいい感じですわ。
Buying into the fight that Satoko was starting, our chopsticks locked in a cross counter, stabbing into each other's lunch.
ビビ
お、里芋がいい感じだぞ。煮物は冷めててもうまいよな。
After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan's expression broke into a little smile.
夕べの夕食の煮物少し取っておきましたですよ。
By the way, Satoko and Rika-chan's lunches are always the same. It seems that Rika-chan makes it for both of them every day.
この煮物もリカちゃんが作ったのかい？
That's really sweet. Wait, why doesn't Satoko's family make her lunch?
こいつはお袋の味クラスだよな。
I was honestly impressed. The carrot rosettes weren't from a mold, they were done by hand with a knife. That's not easy to
リ
do.
カちゃんって何気にそういうの得意なんだよな。
お裁縫とかお洗濯とかも上手なの。
Wait, so Rika has all of these skills that they're very good to have, but she's so young too. Why is she the one that's doing all of these things?
すごいよね。
Wait, I'm kind of worried about these two kids. Are they okay?
すっごいよね。リカはいろいろとすんごいんですのよ。
I see. She's an oh-ho-ho girl.
お前が威張ることじゃねえ。
僕よりレナの方がお料理は上手です。
Oh.
そのね。
It seemed that the topic of conversation switched to Rena when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. Rena's lunch really was the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. Everyone else pulled from Rena's lunchbox
こ
constantly.
れ前に評判良かったからいっぱい作ってみたの。美味しいかな？
かなり合格点。あ、ミオン、お前取りすぎだよ。
Knocking Mion's chopsticks aside, I reached out, trying to secure my own portion. Satoko and Rika-chan reached over at the same time and a struggle ensued. Everyone shoveled in mouthful after mouthful while praising it, and Rena's lunchbox was soon empty. Did she even get to eat any of her own lunch? It was kind of bad that no one thought to leave any for Rena, guys. But Rena seemed rather satisfied as she looked on.
いかがかしら。レナさんもとてもお料理が上手ですことよ。ケイイチさんとは大違いですの。
だからお前が威張ることじゃねえだろ。
サトコだってケイちゃんと変わらないじゃんよ。あんたブロッコリーとカリフラワーの区別つくようになったわけ？
Satoko's face went pale.
おいおい、ブロッコリーとカリフラワーの違いなら俺だってわかるぜ。
They're completely different colors. Are you for real?
わかりますもの。 もん。
It's really hard for her to lie. Okay, at least that's a positive trait. Satoko's a bad
茹
liar.
でてマヨネーズかけると美味しいじゃない。いじめちゃかわいそうだよ。みーちゃんも。
Rena hurriedly tried to follow up, but Mion laughed haughtily as she drew closer to Satoko.
まあまあ家庭科の授業ってことで。じゃあさとこ、これは？
Mion lifted up her chopsticks. Between them was a piece of green stuff wrapped in bacon.
でもそれアスパラ。
Mion made eye contact with me, and within 0.3 seconds I had Rika-chan's mouth covered, holding a piece of bacon-wrapped asparagus and giving her two choices. She's pretty terrible.
その
If she says cauliflower...
黄色がカリフラワー。緑がカリフラ。
Someone help this poor child, actually. I think I'm 180ing on Satoko already. There's something wrong.
さあどっちだ？
I'm not sure what, but there's something deeply wrong with Satoko.
多分黄色がブロッコリーで青がカリフラワー。でも緑は
本当にどっちか分かってる？降参した方が良くない？
I'd expect no less from the class representative, the oldest. The way she drives people into a corner just shows how much experience she has. This is just a hunch, but being brought into the Sonozaki household must be quite the ordeal.
わかりますもの。わかるもん。
じゃあ答えなよ。
わかるもん。わかるもん。
She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she actually starts to seem her age. Oh gosh.
かいよ。
Right. Rena entered a state of euphoria as Satoko bawled her eyes out. It really is something that Rena's like, she's only cute when she cries. I love seeing children cry. It's like something is wrong with everyone here. Rena was in a state of bliss as she rubbed her cheek against Satoko's head and smothered her. Really, a very content face. One that wouldn't care if the world ended right then. It was that kind of smile.
レナ、ミオンさんがいじめるんですの。かいかい。大丈夫だよ。レナお姉ちゃんが悪い人たちはやっつけちゃうからね。
Oh my gosh. It was like a flash of lightning.
今一体何が？
Both of Rena's fists shot out at supersonic speed, striking Mion and me squarely in our faces. Before we knew it, Mion and I were sprawled... Wait. Whoa. Mion and I were sprawled spread eagle on the floor, staring up at the ceiling, with matching welts on her face. What did Keiichi
ケ
do?
イちゃんは食らうの初めてだよね。今日のはまだ甘い方。
甘いって、これよりまだ上があるってのかよ。
With that, Mion and I both slumped our heads back to the floor in unison. From now on, I'll be careful when I'm within striking distance of Rena. Scary.
ほら、さとこちゃん、やっつけちゃったよ。かい。お持ち帰りしたい。
Making sure Rena couldn't see it, Satoko stuck her tongue out at us. Damn it all, using Rena like a puppet. Rika-chan massaged our bruises without saying a word. No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretched off into the distance.
ねえ、ケイチくん、明日はさ、何か予定とかあるかな？
It was such a direct question from Rena, I inadvertently blushed. If it was for a date, then wouldn't you do it more subtly? Rena saw me lost for words and realized that I'd misunderstood and turned red as well.
違うの。そういうのじゃなくて、
So apparently that wasn't what she meant. But since it's always fun when Rena's in a panic, I went along with it a little.
なんだ、そういうのじゃないのかよ。
Playing it up, I slumped my shoulders, feigning dejection.
ケイイチくん、なんでがっかりしてるんだろう、太郎。
Also, I love how she sometimes repeats the last word that she says.
みーちゃん。
Unable to hold it in any longer, Mion slapped me on the back.
そういう攻め方はおじさん知らなかったわ。
なんなの？
Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching her stomach while Rena flailed around, completely bewildered. I couldn't help but start laughing as well. Feeling just a bit guilty, I ruffled Rena's hair.
嘘、ごめん、冗談。悪かったよ。
She really is a cute one.
冗談ってどこからだろう？どこからだろう？
え、あ、途中から。
途中からってことはケイちゃん、最初の真っ赤になったのはあれ演技じゃないんだ。
それって。
It was only a momentary lapse, but there was no way Mion would let such a delectable detail slip by her.
いや、その。
Saying anything more was also a bad idea. In my bewildered state, I slipped further into an unfavorable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while.
で、明日が暇だと何なんだよ、レナ。
何の話だっけ？
It had been so long that Rena had forgotten. That's how long Mion had teased me.
ケイちゃんさ、まだこのひなみ沢一人じゃ回れないでしょ？
That was true. I hate to say it, but if you blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times like we're playing pin the tail on the donkey, I wouldn't be able to tell up from down here.
そうだな。街へ行くのと学校へ行く以外はまだ自信ないな。
そうそう。それでね、明日ね、みーちゃんとレナでお散歩しながら、ケイイチくんにひなみ沢を案内してあげようよってことになって。
Okay, being toured through Hinamizawa actually sounds like a lot of fun. That would be a godsend. Frankly, I was happy about the offer.
もちろん行くでしょ？
暇ならな。
女の子が誘ってんじゃん。
暇ならな。
どうせ暇なんでしょ？
暇ならな。
I was being stubborn so as not to give a clear yes or no. Even though I thought it was a godsend, I'm too much of a scamp to say so up front.
ケイイチくん、暇じゃないのかな？
While Mion and I had our rather sour back and forth, Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd been a bit too rough on her, I just gave in.
すまん、許せ、ごめん。暇だ。
よかった。
The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face as it blossomed into a smile.
おうおう、ミヨンさんとレナさんじゃ随分と温度差がありますじゃん。
Yeah, I was trying to find a good point to mention this, but I already can tell that it seems Keiichi and Rena are the closest, friendship-wise, and it also kind of feels like they both might have a crush on each other. It seems Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her, compared to how quickly I agreed with Rena. But her being annoyed was very interesting. So I pushed Rena forward, speeding up our pace to leave Mion behind.
行こう、レナ。明日は二人っきりで出かけような。嫌味なミオンは置いて。
ケイイチくんがそれでいいなら。
案内しようって提案したのは私。しかとすんな、前原ケイイチ。
二人きりでピクニック嬉しいな。弁当は持ってくか、レナ。
お弁当いるならレナ作っちゃおうかな。
レナもしかとすんな。二人がホテル街へ消えたって回覧す。
Oh,
じゃあレナ今日は早く帰ってお弁当の準備するね。
Did Rena just knock her out?
明日が楽しみ。じゃあねケイチくんにみーちゃんさようなら。
Is she alive? Rena bounded off like she was walking on the moon. After the dust settled, all that was left was me standing next to Mion sprawled out on the ground. There's a welt on her face.
大丈夫か？ミオンとレナの立ち位置。
あんたが来て以来切れ味は増す一方。おじさん身が持たないわ。
Maybe it'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Rena want to hit you. Or else this will end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happened, the results might be fatal.
くじけるなよミオン。レナのジャブを見切れるのはお前しかいない。
私は膝じゃないかと思ってんだけどね。
Her knee? You got kneed in the face. Crazy. That's crazy work. Could it be that we were hanging around with an unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport.
レナには負けられないぞ。ミオンも鍛えてリベンジだ。
ケイちゃんがしてよ。おじさんは応援してる。
Mion and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Rena's infallible technique. Yeah, she seems pretty scary when she gets riled up. New tips. Okay. Interesting. So I'll stop here for the first part. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, let me know who your favorite character is, your favorite girl is in the comments. And yeah, I'm excited to play more very soon. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.